True integrity ball. True integrity. 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 If in this game you want longevity, you got ball with true integrity. I know the game is like a referee, so you can never try to question me. This is what you call a specialty. Drew and Sean, that's a special team. All we do is reach our goals, then kick it like we calling in a special team. I can teach you how to strategy. I be filling up the stat sheets. With my faculty, I draft ideas, y'all draft fans.
And welcome back to another episode of True Integrity Ball. I'm your host, Drew. Here with my co-host, Sean.
Yo.
Man, yeah, so we here. You know, the last week of the season. Playoffs is looming. And it's been a cool ride, man. But we're going to go ahead and jump into week 17. And the first game we'll go ahead and talk about on the New York Jets traveling to Cleveland. Let me see what the final score for this game was. Final score was 37-20, man. And I'm pretty sure that with Amari Cooper being out, I don't think anybody expect a blowout or whatnot. But Joe Flacco showed up, man, with David Njoku. You know, them boys played big. That boy Flacco went 19 for 29, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let me see. David Njoku went 6 catches, 134 yards. And that boy Jerome Ford, man, contributed on the ground and in the passing, going over 100 scrimmage yards and contributed for 2 touchdowns, man. At this moment, you know, the Cleveland Browns, they looking, pretty scary, especially with that defense playing pretty well. And what can we say about Joe Flacco, man? I know we spoke about him last week. I know we mentioned that he came off the couch, and that boy looking like he coming into a second prime right now. And they are on a ride right now, man. So we'll see if they could keep it going, because they did officially clinch the playoff berth spot as well, man. What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
Yeah, as you said, it was all about Flacco and Njoku. And Njoku just made a Pro Bowl too, by the way, so he's having a great season. Flacco, man, I can't say enough. A little bit scared as a Ravens fan about potentially, meeting them in the conference, right? It'll be in the conference if it did make it that far.
Yeah.
Just that defense scares me.
Around our conference. Maybe one of them rounds.
Yep. That defense scares me because they can play defense. The secondary is really good, and then, as you know, I think the defensive player of the year is Myles Garrett. Just very scary, and I don't know what it is. Flacco could come in and play better than Deshaun Watson has played. I know it's not been many games with Deshaun Watson, but it's all about Flacco, man. No Chubb. I think Flacco, you mentioned his stats. He's 300 yards, 19 for 29. I think his quarterback rating was above 110. I think it was like 121 or something like that, which is damn good, bro. You picked this guy up off the couch a few weeks ago, and he's coming in throwing for 300 yards. Playing really well in each game. Really giving them a spark that they needed. So, yeah, man. It's a scary team going into the playoffs. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely, man. Honestly, bro, I don't think you have anything to worry about as far as Baltimore faces Cleveland. I do understand, it's probably a scary matchup, but I think Baltimore, they'll handle business against Cleveland if they do see them again, man. But shout out to the Browns, man, for the good ride, good season that they're having going into the playoffs. So we'll definitely see what happens. As far as the Jets, I think they're still injured at the quarterback spot. There's a chance that they let go Saleh. They may fire the general manager over there and probably find somebody new and try to rock out with Aaron Rodgers. But to say the least, very disappointed. I mean, once Aaron Rodgers went down, I think it was pretty much it was over with. Everybody probably still had a little hope, depending on how the season go with Zach Wilson. But unfortunately, it didn't go that well, man. But I think we're gonna go ahead and move on and talk about Dallas. Well, Detroit going to Dallas with a I wouldn't say spectacular finish, but a weird finish, man. Dallas finished the game 20-19. I guess we'll jump right into it. About the last minute, the 2-point conversion or whatnot. I think as far as the league was saying that the Lions were trying to like deceive the referees. I know they did replay showing that, I think Taylor Decker did go in and check in with the refs. So I see a lot of people just saying that, the refs just made just a human error. We're calling that. But what's your thoughts on what happened down there, dog?
For me, bro, my thing is, bro, so if the lineman went, bro, what did the lineman go to the ref to say? We don't know what was said. I just feel like I don't understand, bro. And if Dan Campbell is saying he warned them before, they should have been prepared for this play, and the lineman practiced this play, rehearsed it, so I can't see them not reporting it. Maybe the refs just got confused. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not the guy that's going to sit here and say the games are fixed. But I will say this, you could control what you can control. They didn't they called the flag. Dan Campbell then proceeded to go for that 2-point conversion 2 more times.
Yeah,
so you had 3 attempts. Yeah. One was a flag. We'll say 2 attempts because the first one was a flag. You then had 2 attempts to, tie the game up, and the momentum was with you. So I'm not a head coach or anything, but we got to chill with this analytics shit, man. You're going for the win, but let's be smart, man. Let's use common sense. I don't know where we got within the last 3 or 4 years where we not kicking fucking field goals because the fucking data says if you get this 2-point conversion here, you have a high chance to get this 2-point conversion because of the time on the clock or some bullshit. I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't know where they getting this data from, but kick the field goal, man. You had 3 attempts. You got the flag. Okay, they called it whatever you want to say. It's America's team that they called the flag. It's bullshit. All right, you still had a chance to win the game, man. It was 1 minute and 20 seconds left. You drove down the field on that great defense, and you tied the game up.
Yeah.
You had a chance to make history for the first time. We say this every week, man. I've never seen the Lions be in the fucking playoffs. I'm 28 years old. I've never seen the Lions in the playoffs in my life. You had a chance to win the division. You had 2 more opportunities, and you go for it both times and don't get it. So you should have kicked the field goal, and you should have went overtime, and you probably would have won the game because you had the momentum in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So that's my thoughts on that. If they go to overtime, I'm pretty sure they win that game.
Yeah, bro. It's just interesting to see that. I guess the aftermath that at this moment, Dallas do have a chance to claim the number 2 seeds. Definitely because of Philly mishaps, and I think the Lions. I think they are locked in. I think they're locked into the 3rd seed at this moment, and I think if these 2 teams see each other again in the playoffs, I don't think it will happen, but it definitely a chance it will. Definitely Detroit have a chance of beating the Cowboys, man. Have a legit chance of going back and forth with them. Detroit is looking like a real player. They could probably beat anybody on a good day, but the overall game itself, man, I was just very impressed with Detroit just to see how they was able to move the ball. I know it's just a low scoring game. Them boys did fight. Their defense did showed up. For the most part, they didn't contain CeeDee Lamb at all. But I don't know what to say about this one. I guess just a lucky win for Cowboys because at the end of the day, they probably should have lost this game, dog. So
yeah, I don't know. As a coach, what do you say to your team? I mean, wins are hard to come by. You won the game, but I don't know what good came from that game. I don't know if you know. Remember, before they punted the ball back to the Lions with about 1 minute and 40 seconds left, all the Cowboys had to do was run the clock out.
Yeah.
They did 3 straight pass attempts, I believe, 2 or 3. You run the ball 2 times on that first and second down. You forced Detroit to burn them timeouts. And even if Detroit gets the ball back, they don't get the ball back with 1 minute and 40 seconds or 1 minute and 50 seconds. They can't drive all the way down the field. So, not sure. what that was
Yeah.
about. But that's just that's little stuff, man. When
Mm-hmm.
you at the beginning of the season when you was telling me you feel like that's the type of team Dallas is, how good they is. That's the type of stuff they do, man. That's the type of stuff they do. And the Lions are a good team. They're not a great team. They're not that top
Yeah.
tier team. And you see how easily the Lions should have won this game, but they didn't. So shout out to the Cowboys, man. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. The Cowboys won. That's all that matters.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Man, I guess the next game we'll go ahead and move on to is Miami traveling to Baltimore. I don't really think there's too much to say about this game. 56-19. What was your thoughts on this one, dog?
Yeah, as I said last week, I knew this one was going to be a Baltimore game. A couple things. I knew once Water was out, the Dolphins was going to struggle. Once Water was out, you can't really bracket the coverage to Tyreek. You can just bracket the coverage to Tyreek Hill. When Waddle's out there, yeah, you could double on Tyreek Hill, but Waddle's going to eat. There was no Mostert either. Mostert's not playing didn't affect them at all because A-Chain still averaged 7 yards a carry. He rushed for over 100 yards, but it wasn't very effective because of the gap of the points. And Lamar was just tremendous. Managed the whole game. Isaiah likely has come alive, man, in the last 3-4 weeks. So I didn't see him going to be this good when they drafted him. I think he came out of East Carolina. Might be wrong. One of the Carolina schools. But I didn't think he was going to be this good. And he's getting his opportunity with Mark Andrews out. And he's shining, man. He had a nice one-hand grab. They went for it on the fourth down, and I was like, why the fuck would you go for it on fourth down? They ended up getting it. It worked.
He came from Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina. Okay, Coastal Carolina. Gotcha. I knew it was one of the Carolinas, yeah. But they look good, man. They look good. They just signed Dalvin a couple hours ago as well. So I'm hoping they can elevate him. They got 3 weeks off. I'm hoping you can. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Can you get him some carries this week? They play a Saturday game. I don't think he's not going to be able to play on Saturday, but they got 3 weeks. I'm hoping you can get him acclimated with the system. I know it's a pretty difficult run scheme, but it can't be too hard for him. And I'm hoping you could get him elevated to at least the second back, bro. He could be behind Gus Edwards. He could really help us out. I felt like we should have signed him before he went to the Jets, but This is a big sign, and if we can get him going, bro, we got a game in 3 weeks, bro, with the bye. So if you can get him acclimated, bro, get him on the second team, and then he gets maybe 25% of the carries that first playoff game, and then once you get to the next playoff game, you could say about 50 to 65, and then he's rolling, bro. And if this does pay off like I think it is, you can re-sign him, bro. We could resign him because Mitchell is hurt and Dobbins is done, bro. So this would be a key signing for us. I'm hoping it works out. So we'll see.
Shit, I didn't even think about it. After this season as far as Dalvin Cook, but definitely I know I mentioned during when we had I was doing a little trade prediction, a few weeks back, man. I know I did mention Cook going to the Ravens, man. So definitely a solid pickup. I think Lamar, he locked in the MVP with the game that he put up, man. So hopefully he did win his second MVP, man, of his season of the NFL or whatnot. So congratulations to him. And I think it was just a bad spot for the Dolphins overall. They just didn't show up for the most part, man. I'm not sure if they was looking ahead to Buffalo or they was just coming off, that very emotional game with Dallas. So just I guess a difficult loss, man. And just playing the Ravens at home, it's definitely a different vibe when you play at that stadium, man. So good solid win for the Baltimore. They locked up the number 1 seed as well. So great win for the Baltimore Ravens, man. But I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the next game. New Orleans, they travel to Tampa Bay. and them boys got the win, man. Surprisingly, the final score was 23-13, man.
I told you.
I mean, the Saints, bro, they them boys played different this game. This probably was collectively with the offense and the defense. This probably was one of their better games. I know the final score could be a little misleading because they did score that final 13 points that was way in the fourth quarter. But the Saints was pretty much dominating this game from beginning to the start, man. They definitely came with a different energy. This was a must win game if they wanted to actually make the playoffs or win the division. And they play with a different energy, man. That defense stepped up big, shutting down Baker Mayfield. Basically was shutting down Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. For the most part, Alvin Kamara, he did get hurt this game. I think he left in the beginning of the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken, man. And Derek Carr, he did just enough, man, making key passes to Taysom Hill. And who had and Juwan Johnson, that boy went for 8 catches and for 90 yards. So I think that's that may be a season high, maybe a career high for both of them for catches and yards for Juwan Johnson, man. And them boys, the Saints, just like I mentioned, the Saints play with a different energy. It was a must-win game. I actually did watch this game from start to beginning, surprisingly, and I think the Saints just punched Tampa Bay in the mouth, and unfortunately Tampa Bay just laid down, man. It just wasn't their day, man. But go ahead, bro. You could take a victory lap.
Yeah. I think the Saints are gonna end up getting in the playoffs. As long, like I said, man, they've underachieved, and that's because Derek Carr has fucked up the season, bro. He's played horrible, bro. I've seen him throw several picks right to the defender, bro. Like, I don't know what he was looking at, type shit. That defense is the strength of the team, and they played like it against the Bucks on Sunday. And when they once they knocked Baker Mayfield out the game, bro, they was head hunting on Sunday, bro. That was all. So, not sure. I'm waiting for Marshawn Lattimore to come back, bro. Once he come back, they gonna be on beat, bro. I know we saw, like you said, Kamara left, which he's the offense, but that defense could ball, bro. So we'll see. I can see them getting in the playoffs, bro. And as long as Derek Carr don't fuck up, as long as Derek Carr don't fuck up the game, bro. I'm talking about like throwing 3 picks a game.
Mm-hmm.
And he could throw for over 200 yards, a couple touchdowns, manage the game, and the defense could play. I could see them. They could get a playoff win, bro. So they're not a sorry team. It's just Derek Carr, bro. It's how bad will Derek Carr play today? That's all it is, bro. So
I think at this moment it's still Tampa Bay division to win. They just have to beat Carolina next week, bro, and they are in the playoffs, and I think that's it. And I think the Saints, they need Tampa Bay to lose to Carolina on Sunday coming up, and they have to beat Atlanta on Sunday, and then they'll make the playoffs because they'll win the division that way.
You're right, so, but I it depends on how bad Baker Mayfield is hurt. I know it's Carolina, but I mean, don't count Carolina out. It's their last game. They got some pride. You get what I'm saying? Going out. Think about Chicago versus the Packers last year. Just I know the Carolina is technically the sorriest team in the NFL, but imagine if Baker don't play. You get what I'm saying? Crazy shit could happen. That's all I'm saying. So don't count the Saints out yet. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't worried about the Saints. If the Saints make it to the playoffs, bro, they're gonna be a first round exit. So good luck with that, man. And I think the next game we'll go ahead and move on to the last game we'll talk about for week 17. Arizona going to Philly, man, and Arizona coming with probably the biggest upset of the week, 35-31. I actually watched this game from beginning to end as well. Arizona battle, man. They actually, they've been battling all season. They did beat Dallas early in the season as well, man. And Dallas, and I mean Arizona just say, man, we coming to play, especially with I believe the coach's name is Jonathan Gannon, the Arizona head coach. He used to be the coordinator. I think he was the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, he definitely was playing with a chip on his shoulder. Well, he was playing. He coached with a chip on his shoulder, and he had his players ready, man. And they fought with the Eagles, man. They fought. It was a back and forth game for the most part. Kyler Murray going 25 for 31, 232 yards, and 3 touchdowns. James Conner had 128 yards on the day and a touchdown as well. And that boy Greg Dortch, man, was balling on them boys, going for 7 catches and 82 yards, man. But Philly was trying to fight. It wasn't the best game yardage for Jalen Hurts, man. He just had 167 yards, but he did throw for 3 touchdowns, man. And what can I say about the Eagles right now, man? It's still a lot of talks, a lot of outside noise going on right now. It seems like there's something going on within the locker room. Not sure if it's bigger than what it looks like, but going on a 4-game losing streak, is not the best thing at this moment, especially at the end of the season, man. What's your thoughts on this one, bro?
Yeah, for me, I would certainly say, bro, Philly don't look good. But that was my pick to go to the bowl, bro, and I'm gonna stick with my pick. I think they're gonna get it together. Still think they have the best defensive line in football. They haven't been playing like it the last 6 weeks. Remember, they started 10-1, right? That's this year, right? Yeah. They started 10-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, they just on a bad streak right now. Shit happens. You feel me? I think they can. I think they can get it going, bro. Playoffs is a different. To me, I like to say, like, when you get to the playoffs, it's 0-0, bro. It don't even matter about seeding, bro, because you could get beat and go home. It don't matter about the seeding. You got to show up that Saturday or Sunday to play, and the winner's gonna go on. And I think the Eagles, when the playoffs start, they're gonna be ready to roll.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with my pick, bro. I know everybody got the 49ers, but I really think the Eagles is going. It's gonna be the Eagles versus the 49ers, bro, and the Eagles is gonna end up getting to the bowl, bro. I still think A.J. Brown is a top 3 receiver in the league. I think Devontae Smith is a great receiver, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to get the job done, bro. He got that mentality, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on, who fault it is. I'm coming out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make that shit happen no matter what. So I like that boy's style. I'm rocking with him, bro.
Yeah.
I think he gonna get the job done. The shit look bad. I know everybody, dogging them the last 5 weeks. Hella lost. They lost to the Cardinals. The Eagles, the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals too, bro.
Yeah,
with Josh Dobbs. So I'm not. Shit happens, bro. That's all I'm saying. Kyler Murray played a great game, bro. If you watch the tape, he played a great game. He starting to get back in his groove from that ACL injury. He's been back, I think, 5 weeks now. Starting to get back in his groove, bro. James Conner had a great game. James Conner looked like how he did last year. James Conner had hella touchdowns last year, bro. So he led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. He looked good last Sunday. Played a great game, bro. That's all it came down to.
Yeah, no doubt, man. What the last thing I was gonna say? The last thing I was gonna mention about the the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. They pretty much had the NFC East locked up, man. But going on this losing streak, Dallas, bro, they actually have a chance to clinch that second seed, bro. They clinch the number 2 seed and clinch the NFC East, bro. So they'll have a home game, and all they gotta do is beat Washington Sunday coming up, and Philly they'll be locked into that 5th seed, man. So I know that's just the one sour thing, that I would mention, about them going on that losing streak, losing the division. That is kind of sour overall, bro. But I think that is it for week 17. I think one last thing I'll mention, bro, that boy CeeDee Lamb, he did break Michael Irvin receiving record this year, man. So for the Dallas Cowboys, man. So shout out to CD Lamb, man. Shout out to CD
They
Lamb.
made sure he got it. They damn sure force fed him, boy.
Yeah, I've been
He earned it though, bro. What he had 240 last game. I think he's had what 3 200-yard games
Yeah,
this year.
yeah, 242 yards and 12
Yep,
catches.
that
Yeah,
was his
something like
third
that.
200-yard game this season, right?
I think it was like number 2. I think he had like
Number
198
2,
one time or something like that.
198.
I think he
Okay,
had like
okay.
yeah. So definitely a solid season for CD now, man.
Yeah,
But
his
I
numbers
think
really good, bro. 151, 191, 158, 117, 143. Yeah, that's some good numbers, bro. 227. Damn, some good numbers.
yeah, bro.
116, 118. Yeah. That's pretty good, bro. Damn
All
good.
right, bro. I guess we'll go ahead and jump into week 18, bro. Honestly, bro, I was just thinking that we probably could briefly go through all the games. I guess starting with Saturday, and we could just talk about the implications of the playoffs or whatnot, man. But
Yes, sir.
yeah. So we'll start with on Saturday, Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. I know we mentioned that Baltimore pretty much locked up the number 1 seed. They locked up the number 1 seed, got the AFC North, and they got the bye. So with that being said, they do like Pittsburgh to win this game by 4 points. I believe Lamar Jackson and most of the starters will be out this game, but I still like Baltimore to win this game, bro. Steelers did beat them boys early in the season. Tyler Huntley, I'm pretty sure he's coming in to start, and he ain't no scrub. He has plenty of experience, so I think he's gonna come in and be able to move the ball with the Ravens or whatnot, man. So I do like Baltimore to win this game. And as far as Pittsburgh, bro, I think they still have a chance to make the playoffs. They have to win this game, and I believe they need Buffalo to lose. I think Pittsburgh could slide in at that last wild card spot, bro. What's your thoughts on this one, dog?
Honestly, bro, I'd rather play Pittsburgh than Buffalo, bro. I don't even like Josh Allen, bro, but I'd rather play Pittsburgh. So I'm hoping Pittsburgh gets in, but unfortunately that would mean they would gotta beat us. So we'll see, man. Like you said, Huntley is capable of getting the job done. Last year he started when they played against the Steelers, so because Lamar was hurt last year. So they definitely capable of getting the job done. I know Lamar's gonna sit, obviously. Probably Odell will sit. A lot of injuries in the secondary, so you're gonna have a lot of backups. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be a physical game as it always is. The Steelers seem to have the Ravens' numbers every year. So we'll see, man. Hopefully the Ravens can come out with the victory, though.
Oh, no doubt, man. I'm gonna say about we'll talk about. I was gonna say something about Buffalo, but we'll talk about them. The next game we'll go ahead and jump into. Houston. I'm going to Indianapolis. AFC South showdown. So for the most part, the winner of this game, I believe I think the winner of this game, they gets in with the wild card spot. And if Jacksonville loses on Sunday, they'll actually win the division. So they definitely, there's gonna be like a playoff game, playoff atmosphere or whatnot. And if I had to choose the winner, I'll say this, man. This is CJ Stroud. They saying that this is his first primetime game, NFL primetime game. All the games that he's been playing this year has been basically at 1:00. And with these primetime games, they be a little bit different. Them boys be playing with a different energy, and especially with Gardner Minshew. he has been there. He's been a professional, for a couple of years now. He has played in some big games and big moments. He definitely had some big moments this year, and he played fairly well. He hasn't had the best season, but it's definitely been more consistent. He actually has them boys have a chance for the playoffs, man. But as far as picking a winner, my heart probably telling me, I definitely want CJ Stroud to win, so that boy could get into the playoffs. But my brain just telling me, take the Colts, just because of that reason alone, man. I think the lights may be a little bit too big for CJ playing on that prime time, trying to get it to the playoffs. He might, I ain't gonna say he's gonna crack under the pressure, but he may not play as well as expected, man. So I do like Indy to win this game, bro. What's your thoughts on this one, dog?
I think he could pull it off, bro. I wonder what version we're seeing coming off of that concussion. I don't know if he's been practicing for the last 2 weeks or what it is, what the reports is, but I think he could pull it off. I do think the Texans have the better team, so to be CJ Stroud versus Gardner Minshew. I think Zach Moss is out for the Colts, so it'll be the next man up, and I think the Texans can get
Jonathan Taylor is in, though.
Oh, he's back. He's back now.
Yeah. He back. He
came back. He came back one game, and he got hurt again, and then they was kind of splitting.
Yeah, he back now. Yeah, he back
so
now.
He's taking the bulk again. Okay, yeah. I think the Texans gonna pull it off, bro. I really do.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I won't be surprised, bro. I'll be happy if they pull it off, man. Because I definitely want to see just see how CJ Stroud performing, man. Especially being a rookie and making it to the playoffs, man. It'll definitely be it's going to be cool to see, man. But I guess the next game we'll go ahead and jump into Tampa Bay. Going to Carolina. I guess we can mention that Baker Mayfield, his quarterback situation is up in the air at this moment. So ain't no telling. But at this moment, with a chance to play for the playoffs and things of that nature, I think Baker will play, and I think they're gonna play well, man. And they have all the chips on the table, man. Todd Bowles gonna have that defense coached up right. Unfortunately for Bryce Young, man, I know he didn't have a good game last week against the Jaguars. Probably unfortunately for this last game of the season, he may not have a good game as well, man. Definitely want to see Bryce Young perform well, but this year may not just not his year, man. Unfortunately, with everything what's going around him or whatnot, man. So I just think Tampa Bay has I ain't gonna say they have the better team, but they've been playing better all season. They definitely have the better coach or whatnot. The offense been playing definitely better than Carolina's offense. Even though Carolina's defense has been a bright spot, they definitely have showed up here or there, playing well. But I expect Tampa to take the win, man, and seal and get the game for the division, man. What's your thoughts on this one, bro?
Yeah, I think the Bucks will get it done. I just don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think the Panthers gonna show up with some pride and try to get that win. Just a funny note, man. A few weeks ago, I think they played somebody, bro, and the tickets literally were $4, bro. I believe they. I can't remember what game it was, bro, but the tickets were $4.
I think that game there was like raining and stuff like that, man.
$4, bro, and they were good seats.
Yeah,
they were just like they were so bad, but yeah, man. It might have been against the Jags, bro. No, that was a away game. It was one of the games within the last 3 weeks, bro.
Yeah. I definitely recall
the tickets
that,
were
man.
$4, bro. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, Carolina, they pretty much locked up the number 1 seed, even though they traded that to Chicago. Definitely don't. They need to just get those pieces around Bryce so that they can help him out. I wonder who the new coach gonna be. Definitely a lot of names been flying around, but they better get it together, man. They want to see progress with Bryce Young, man. But like I mentioned, definitely expect Tampa to take this game. You know, definitely depends on the quarterback situation, and expect them to win the division, man. Make it to the playoffs, man. So I guess we will see what happens, bro. The next game we'll go ahead and talk about, bro. I guess we can just run through real briefly, dog. Is Minnesota going to Detroit. They like Detroit by 3.5 points. I think I'm not sure if Dan Campbell actually mentioned if Jared Goff or any of the starters going to be resting. I think they still have a chance at the number 2 seed, bro. Especially if they would have won last week, they probably would have a great chance at the number 2 seed, bro. So I think they still do, because I think Dallas could lose, Philly could lose, and they could jump into that number 2 seed, bro. So I think they're gonna be they should be playing all that. I think they're gonna be playing all their starters. You know, the coaches say one thing, then do another, and that's the only reason I'll talk about this game, bro, because, you know, it definitely still has some playoff seeding, but I expect Detroit to handle their business, man. Any thoughts on this one, dog?
Yeah, should be an easy game, man. Dallas should pull it off, so nothing outside of that, bro. Dallas should easily pull this off.
Gotcha, dog. And I guess the next game we'll go ahead and jump into. Atlanta going to New Orleans, man. They do like New Orleans by 3 points. As far as Atlanta, man, you know, they definitely been having a up and down season for the most part. Quarterback carousel, you know, Tyler Heineke, Desmond Ritter, or whatnot. I know they riding with Heineke at this moment, but this is one of the NFL rivalry games. You know, Atlanta and New Orleans, they seem to always play each other close. So I expect the same thing to happen here. Probably a big game from Bijan Robinson. Alvin Kamara, he is hurt, so we'll probably see a lot of he may or may not play. So we'll see probably a lot of Jamal Williams and Keandre Miller for the Saints for the most part, man. But I think this, like I mentioned, if Tampa loses against Carolina, the winner of this game makes it into the playoffs, and they win the division, man. So I know you like New Orleans this game, don't you?
Yeah. I think New Orleans is gonna pull it off. Must win. Last game of the season, I think they're gonna pull it off, bro. Really do. And that win last week was an impressive win, so something to build on. The other thing to note is the Falcons, man, they up and down. So I think this division game should be a good game, bro. On both sides.
Yeah.
On both sides, should be a good game. Last game of the season. Both need to win to decide, you know, other factors play a part, but they both need to win if they want to keep the hopes alive. So should be a good game.
No doubt, man. Definitely should be a good game. The next game we'll go ahead and talk about Jacksonville going to Tennessee. They like Jacksonville to win the game by 3.5 points. I think they mentioned that Trevor Lawrence had got like a new injury that he's dealing with. No, that probably was Josh Allen. But I think Trevor Lawrence, he's still recovering from his injury. I think he did have like a new injury last week, if I'm not mistaken. And Tennessee, they're not sure if they're riding with Will Levis or Ryan Tannehill. As far as like the winner of this game, because all Jacksonville has to do is win this game, and they pretty much win the division. With Tennessee, especially with Mike Vrabel, bro, as we can see, they could damn near they could beat you. They're gonna bring their best punch. They have an opportunity to beat you. More than likely, they'll shoot themselves in the foot and let you go get away with the win. But they do have their weeks where they tighten up and they actually give it their best shot and they come out with the victory, man. So I'm not gonna say that Jacksonville's gonna not gonna say at all that Jacksonville's gonna win this game. It's definitely gonna be a bloodbath. Mike Vrabel gonna have them boys ready, all hyped up, just to have a chance to send to Jacksonville. I guess send them to Cancun or send them on vacation or whatnot, just like how they going, man. So it's just I guess interesting to see how Jacksonville, I guess Trevor Lawrence injury or whatnot, just going on a little scared themselves. Haven't been playing the best ball this past month. I guess just like the Eagles, man. But I think at the end of the day, Jacksonville should pull out the win. But I won't be surprised if Tennessee upset them as well, dog. What's your thoughts on this one, bro?
I actually think the Jags are gonna pull it off, bro. Somehow, Vrabel is gonna have the Titans ready to play in the must win, but I think the Jags are gonna pull it off just because they had a better team. Trevor Lawrence, don't know what's his situation. He been hurt for like the last four weeks, man. He has some bad turnovers, bro. But
yeah,
we'll see what type of Trevor Lawrence shows up. Like I say every week, for some reason he's never held accountable. This is the same guy that was a generational talent, 6'6", could throw the ball, make all throws, and for some reason every year he underachieves. And they never hold him accountable. But we hear the analysts every other day talking about Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Tua, these guys not living up. So we know why, but we'll see what version of Trevor Lawrence shows up, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We'll definitely see. So I guess the next game we'll go ahead and talk about probably the NFC South teams. Philly going to the Giants. Well, I guess the first game we'll talk about is Dallas going to Washington. Like I mentioned, if Dallas beat Washington, they win the division, and I think they locked in for the number 2 seed. They do like Dallas by 13 points. I definitely think that's probably a little bit too high, but they definitely like Dallas to handle their business, man. And I know we already spoke about Philly. Them boys going to Philly going to the Giants, man. And they like the Giants by 5 points. I believe Tyrod Taylor should be starting. So they I guess they like the Giants to put up a good effort, man, against Philly. Definitely with Saquon Barkley. He been having a pretty decent season. And what you think about these two games, bro? Dallas and Washington, Philly and the Giants. Dallas win. They win the division. Dallas lose. Vice versa with Philly. They win the division or whatnot, man.
Yeah, I think Dallas is gonna beat the Giants, bro. So I think Dallas is gonna end up with the division. Yeah, not a doubt in my mind.
That's crazy how it's just crazy how Philly just went on this losing game streak, man.
Yeah, bro. It can happen, though, bro. It can happen, bro.
I'm just saying, slip away the number 1 seed and the division. I don't think they was thinking about them. Probably the number 1 seed, okay, but the division, bro, and especially how they were playing all season, I don't think they was expecting that, dog. So just kind of weird to see, dog. But what else, dog? I think the next game and probably the last game that we'll talk about is Buffalo going to Miami, dog. This game pretty much whoever win this game, they win the division. And if Miami lose, they still end up with the wild card spot or whatnot. So this probably gonna be I guess the most anticipated game of the week. And I don't think it's pretty much to say, man. I know you've seen that Tyreek Hill, that is home caught on fire. So definitely sending prayers to that boy. I'm not sure what the injury status up there as far as Jalen Waddle, but I know they'll definitely will need him on the field, to actually I'm gonna say to actually have a chance. But I was just gonna say that I think the Dolphins gonna win this game, especially losing the first game to Buffalo, and they have a chance to win the division, man. I don't think that the Dolphins need any more motivation, man, especially coming off that sour ass loss to Baltimore last week. Buffalo, they've been playing on I think Buffalo's playing on lost time. Them boys been putting up playoffs performance. Well, I'll say they've been playing with playoffs effort these past 3 to 4 weeks, and it seems that the steam is starting to come out the engine just a little bit. So I'm not sure they're gonna have that that same fight and that same energy to actually beat the Dolphins this last week of the season, man. I don't know if I'm probably speaking with my heart or whatnot, because I did predict the Dolphins to win the division at the beginning of the year, so I am probably speaking a little biasly. But Dolphins playing at home, man. Sunday night football. I think that the home crowd, they might bring it, even though there is reports saying that the Bills fans probably gonna outnumber the Dolphins fan. But I hope the crowd bring it, man. And I think it's definitely gonna be a playoff atmosphere or whatnot, man. And I hope Tua have a great game, man. And I'm pretty sure the Dolphins defense gonna have to step up, because I know they got Bradley Chubb being injured now, both of their edges out. I think Xavier Howard, I think he's still out at this moment, man. So we definitely, I'm not sure if you think Jalen Ramsey gonna be following Diggs or whatnot, bro. But what's your thoughts on this one, dog?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins gonna put it off. They just came out there embarrassing loss. They gonna get it together, bro. They're not losing to the Bills, bro. Especially how they lost to the Bills in the beginning of the season. They not. They gonna come out, bro. The Dolphins will win this game.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Honestly, bro, I don't even want to see the I don't want to see the Bills make the playoffs, bro, at this moment, bro. Especially with how bad I ain't gonna say how bad Diggs was playing, but how they haven't been getting really Diggs involved into the offense, man. I'm pretty sure Diggs ready for that shit to be done. I know he probably gonna be up out of there after this season, man. But and I want to see the Dolphins win the division, bro. I think the last time they said they won a division has been I think since 2000 or something. Like I'm not sure when the last time. I know it was a long ass time ago. I know that for the most part, man. So it just be nice to see them boys win a division, playing Sunday night football at the crib. Come on, dog. They gotta pull that victory out, man. But I guess that is it for week 18, man. I guess like we mentioned, all the playoff spots gonna get solidified or whatnot, man. And I hope you guys enjoy, man. See you guys next week, man. Peace.
Yo.